Hey nerds, it's Tiri, host of Nerd Chat, and today I'm building my gaming computer. I'm going to show you guys how I put my computer together and what parts I have. I went with an Asus motherboard. Asus has never let me down. I'll be using an i5-3450 for my processor. Now I went with the i5 because the i7 gaming processor is quite a bit more expensive, and honestly the price just wasn't worth it for me because this is definitely going to pull what I wanted to pull. Here is my power supply, the Antec HCG 900. Here's my 4 GB DDR RAM chips, gonna have 16 gigs total. A 500 GB Western Digital hard drive. And I'll be using a D-Link Extreme N PCI Express adapter for my interwebs. My GeForce GTX 550 Ti video card. You guys should have been here when I was opening all this. It was like freaking Christmas. Nerdlets, don't try this at home without a professional advisor present. Let's get to building my new best friend. So first I'm going to put the motherboard in. I've got its face in there, and now I just have to line it up. And just like so. Line the holes up where the screws go. And then we're ready to screw it in. Before we get all the screws in, I'm going to make sure that it's in straight. Looks good. Motherboard's in. Alright, so now I got the power supply. This particular case that goes in on the bottom. It's just gonna slide in like so. And then screws. And position it so that the screw holes are where they should be. That should be perfect. Pop the cover out of the top disk drive port so that it has a hole there. Bam! Cool little feature of the case. This thing will grip it and it snaps in place, so when you're trying to put the screws in, it's not wiggling around everywhere. So now I'm going to put the hard drive in. And this particular case makes it really easy because it has these fun little things to put them in with. Little trays. Put it over. Match up all the screw holes. To put the processor in, this little lever right here, push down on it, pull it out, and lift it up. Then this plastic piece comes off, We'll just use that when they ship it. Just comes off like so. Leave that open. Here's my little processor. You can tell which way it goes because of the little grooves on either side here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's little bits right there that rest in the grooves. So you want to set it down. Right where it goes. And then you want to close the lid. And it totally sounds like you're breaking it, but you're not. Push that down, under, and let go. And you have your processor in. Okay, so now to put the processor cooling pan in. First, you want to line it up with the holes over the processor, like so. Show all the little thingies rest in there. Okay. There we go. You want to make sure you have enough room for this to plug into your CPU fan. We'll say that next to the plug. We got plenty of room. We're good to go. So you want to take the corners, hold it in place, push down, turn, and it locks. And diagonal, push down, turn, and it locks. Make sure it's actually in there. And again. All right. Totally solid. Look at that video card. I'm gonna take these out, make room for my video card. This go in like so. Pull the tab back, pop it in. Snap. And then you have your badass video card installed. Network card is next. This is my network card. Ta-da. Yeah. And plug it in like so. And then your antennas will go on the back side here, but I'm not going to do that now because I'm still going to be throwing this thing around a little bit and I don't want to break them. So I have one more thing to put in before I plug everything in, and that is the RAM. I've got four 4GB RAM chips here, and they're going to go in right here. These little guys need to be out. These are going to hold them in. And they lock in place. Once you have them in all the way, those will snap in. So the last thing I have to do before I download all my software is plug everything in. And it's going to be really tedious and tight quarters, so I'm just going to plug everything in and then show you when I'm done. One last thing I would like to say is that some people would recommend using a grounder. which is basically a thing you wear on your wrist to help keep you from transferring static into any of your sensitive components. I just touch the case of my computer often before I touch any components, just ground myself. Just make sure you're not wearing socks on carpet, shoes, or barefoot. I wore shoes. When I'm done building the computer, I get to boot it up, get all my software installed, get all my games on there, and start playing. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you next time on Nerd Chat.